Cena's Corner.
Alright guys, what's happening? Alright, today we're going to talk about the Xbox Kinect versus the PlayStation Move. Before I begin, I want to say that I'm not shooting this video as a fanboy, as me liking one over the other, because I do own both systems, just not both of the motion gaming systems. I'm giving this to you as a straight critic, reviewer, and what I feel to be the truth, according to me at least, and what I feel about the systems, as well as what I've heard from consumers, as well as PlayStation's own reps. Well, let's first talk about the PlayStation Move. PlayStation Move, of course, was announced at E3 in 2010. Project Natal was announced, I believe, in 2008. All right, so the Kinect was already being talked about 2 years prior to what the Move was, as far as public goes. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of leaks and there were some things that came out there, but in 2008, Microsoft actually brought the Xbox Kinect system with him to E3 and demonstrated it for everybody. First of all, everybody was having a good thing, saying that this is going to be the bomb because it costs less money than what the Xbox Kinect does. The question I have for you is, does it really? Well, let's examine the price. I just give it a layman's terms. I'm not going to say all the cents. We'll just give you the whole dollar. The PlayStation Move system costs you $100. And that package, if you need all of this, you're going to get the PlayStation Eye. You're going to get a game, which I think is called like Champions or something like that. And you're actually going to get one, not two, but one Move controllers. That's going to cost you $100. Now, if you want to play with your friends, or there are some games that's out there that requires you to have two controllers, it's going to cost you $50. So if you're doing the math with me, that is exactly $150. And that is only buying one extra accessory. There's other accessories for the PlayStation Move that is out there. If you go to the Kinect, you get the Kinect, you get the cable with it if you're using the USB port on your backside for your wired Wi-Fi connector, and that's it. That's all that comes with it, because your body is the controller, and that costs you what? $150. So to get the whole entire system of both, I think when it comes to price, ding ding, they're equal. Now let's say that you have just the PlayStation 3. Well, the bundle would carry that. But if you're lucky enough to have the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Eye, then it's going to cost you only $50. PlayStation Move is designed around the PlayStation Eye, and you have to have a controller to get it to go. That's it. So in my opinion, PlayStation or Sony is using old technology to bring you something that's supposed to be new in technology. They didn't design a brand new camera. They're giving you the PlayStation Eye, which is already out there, okay? It's already been out there. You've already been using it. There is nothing new to it. Maybe they sent you a couple of updates to it through the PS3, but that's it. There's nothing fancy about the camera. It's the same camera you've been using. They've changed nothing. They just added some stuff to you, to it, and say you got to come get these controllers. I've heard many consumers, as well as many critics, call the PlayStation Move an oversized version of the Wii. That's just been done better. When it comes to one-to-one movement, I feel that the one-to-one movement, from the time that I played it, and I played it at E3, and I've actually spent a lot of time in Best Buy playing it, because I was trying to decide if I wanted to get it now or if it's something I can wait on. And the one-to-one on that is laggy, and I've done a lot of tests with both. I've done the let's do this back and forth. I've done the just moving this way. I was waving my hands like this just to see if the system is going to keep up with me, because both Microsoft and Sony boasted that these were one-to-one systems. As a matter of fact, that's all they yelled about at E3 last year, was that the PlayStation Move was extremely one-to-one. Okay, well, Kevin Butler also has made fun of everything that is Kinect, because he swears that it's the best thing in the world. I understand he's a paid spokesman for PlayStation. He has to say that. But on the other side of things, it is one-to-one, but I don't think it is precise one-to-one. It is laggy. Sometimes I would move my hand this way, and it would move, but it would take it maybe a couple seconds to catch where my hand was going. There was also other consumers in Best Buy that was noticing this same thing. So I'm not going to say that the PlayStation Move is a bad system. For those of you who are PlayStation fans and fanboys, I'm sure you guys went on and ate it up, and to you it's the best system in the world. But coming from the standpoint of being a critic playing these systems and having to give you an honest, unbiased opinion, I think that PlayStation came in second when it comes to this new motion gaming technology. I think that PlayStation or Sony is better to stick with the number one thing that blew me away the most in the Sony press conference last year, which happened to be they got 3D gaming coming out. That looks phenomenal. I'll hang on to that. No one's going to be able to touch me with that. I understand they're going to make Move work when it comes to the 3D gaming and with shooters. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But still, I think that's the best place for them to stay. Let's hop over real quick and talk about the Xbox Kinect. I think the Xbox Kinect is fresh and it's new. It is extreme one-to-one. It keeps up with every movement that I do. And I've had friends over here for my birthday party. I've had Harold, which, you know, is known as the one only big H on my team. He flew down here for my birthday party. We all played Kinect because we all wanted to know what it was going to be about. And I had just gotten it. For one, the camera is brand new. It's got so much stuff in it, I can't remember everything. It has infrared, and it's got projectors, and it's got all this kind of stuff. It digitizes you into a game. It has face recognition. So when I sign into Xbox Live now, I don't sign in with the controller. I actually tell my Kinect with my voice that I want it to connect. It has voice recognition, if you guys didn't know that already. And when it connects, I stand right in front of my camera, it recognizes my face, and it signs me in. That's it. That right there alone blew me away. But let's talk about some of the games. When you're talking about true one-to-one and body mapping, this system really does trigger every bone in your body and notices everything that you're doing. There is no way you can cheat on a Kinect game like you probably could maybe in the PlayStation Move game or Wii game, where you can just sit here with the stick or the wand and maybe do the gestures and it's going to pick it up. Oh no, if you're playing Dance Central and you are not moving the way that person's moving on the screen, you're not going to get the points for it. Okay, I think Dance Central alone, I think has something like 122 or 102, something like that, body parts that it triggers to make sure you're doing it right. Everything from your arm moving like this, to your head popping back and forth, to you're supposed to do this. I mean, it gets everything right in there. I played several games that I own, and all of them have never given me any lag, and it's all been one-to-one. Besides the fact that you still have things coming out for the Kinect that is not even here yet, that's supposed to make this system go above and beyond what we've already seen. First of all, we still haven't seen the surface of Milo yet. If you guys remember any of that from 2008, that's all they talked about was this little boy that you actually control through your screen, and he walks and talks with you just like he's sitting right there next to you. Even to the point to where he has to do a homework assignment, and he asks you for help, and you can draw whatever the shape is on the paper, hold it up to the Kinect, and it's going to digitize it in and hand it to him. It also showed you that you can take your skateboard, if you wanted to, and put it in some upcoming Tony Hawk's games that's going to come out for it. Just hold your board up, it's going to snap some pictures, and you're riding your own board in the game. I'm sorry, folks, to me, that just blows me completely away, because Microsoft went and they created a whole new system. They didn't give me something like the Microsoft camera that I already have and said, go buy a couple of wands. You have to kind of look at what you're asking your consumers to buy if you're going to run this competition. Now let's talk about the biggest thing that everybody dinks Microsoft for, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I believe. Everybody says, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. You can do all this with your body. You don't need no controller, and all these old people can play it. But you can't do first-person shooters. What if I told you a secret, which is it wasn't built for that? Now I realize that that's why they're making fun of Kinect over at PlayStation or Sony, and that's what Kevin Butler's jumping on. You can't do a shooter with it. Oh my goodness, there's all this body stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, if you stop and research your competition before you make these kind of claims, you would figure out that that ain't what they built it for. They didn't build it for first-person shooters. They know that no one wants to walk through the air like this with a pretend gun and hold up and shoot people. They leave that to the controller-based games. See, the thing is what you have to understand is Microsoft has never told you that this was a brand new system to replace anything. This is an add-on system where the Move is kind of looking like it's coming in as a new system that's going to come in, and they wanted to evolve over time as part of that new system. You get that feeling because they incorporated everything into it. You can do the 3D games with it when it comes out. You can be able to do shooters with it. They put buttons on it for that point. So basically, they're trying to move the PlayStation Move in as a new system. The Xbox Kinect is simply, just as I said, it is an add-on. That's it. If you want to play Call of Duty, you pick up a controller and you play that like that. But if you want to get and play Dance Central, you play that with no hands, with no controllers. You just play with your body, okay? So, my final thought on both is this. I do give the edge to Xbox Kinect. I just don't think that with all this new technology going around, that PlayStation stepped up the game. I do think that they stepped up the game when it comes to 3D. There is nobody, I don't think, that they do this right can touch them. From what I saw at E3, I think it was Killzone that we saw. Man, that was phenomenal. I wanted to jump up and go buy a 3D TV just to be able to have that sitting in my house. I give them their props on that. But when it comes to the whole entire motion technology and motion gaming, I think that that is owned by the Xbox 360 this year. And I'm not the only one that says that. 8 million people in the first week said that. Okay, those are phenomenal sales numbers, which is 3 million more than what they projected. 8 million people bought the Xbox Kinect. I will eventually get a Move because they do have some games that's out there that is kind of fun. I do kind of feel that it is a little bit like the Wii. I'm sorry, but I do. It's the same concept. You're giving me some wands. You're telling me to wave these wands back and forth, but I give it to them. They do have a little bit more motion because they have the eye toy, and you're supposed to move a little bit with it. But it's still essentially the same thing. The only difference between those wands and the Wii wands is you got this big old lighted ball on the end of the PlayStation Move. Where do I see both of these systems going in the future? Well, in March, another big game for the Kinect comes out, which is Michael Jackson's dance game, the Michael Jackson Experience. They're going to have to be able to digitize your body into that from what I've seen too. So I think that if the PlayStation Move is to catch up, right now I have them in the number 2 spot. They're going to have to do something phenomenal with this. I don't know, give you guys, those of us who's going to buy it, give us 2 controllers for that price. Beat the price. Give us both controllers and the iToy for $100. Give us some updates. Maybe come out with a new camera. And I think in time, that's exactly what's going to happen. I kind of do look to see them announce something else for the Move this year at E3 in June. If they don't, I'm going to be shocked, and I think it's going to kill the PlayStation franchise. I give it to them. They've been doing a phenomenal job. They're the only video game maker out there, or system maker, that has kept all of their retro gaming systems in play, and they still get people to buy them. Okay, I don't know how, but they still got people buying all these older games. They keeping the PS1 and the PS2 all in play. I give it to them. But in this technology of motion gaming, if they don't step up their game, and if they don't give us a little bit something else that's going to at least try to compete with the Kinect is going to run away with the motion gaming market, and they're not going to be able to catch up. They're already 8 million up on them. I don't know how many PlayStation Moves has been sold because I haven't seen that number, but I'm telling you, I'm sure it ain't nowhere close to 8 million. So I hope, as someone who owns a PS3, that they do get this up. For those who are diehard PS3 fans, they owe it to you, and I hope they give you guys what you need. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Whether you agree or disagree with me, just go ahead and comment down below. Again, don't turn this into a fanboy thing. These are just my honest, professional opinions on both systems that I played both. You know how to reach me, CNUScorner.com. If you need to reach me on Twitter, CNUS5401. My website is CNUS Corner. That's it, guys. So until next time, saying peace, love, keep rocking out, and we're going to catch you guys the next time.